So, a little bit of very wet shadow right at the lash line creates a very soft yet bright amethyst liner, almost, to really add interest to the color palette that we have chosen. So it really, when you wet your mineral shadows, it really creates much more of a concentrated pigmented look. So it's a little darker, a little sparklier, a little bit brighter. So with every Eve Organics mineral foundation or shadow that you choose, you can potentially have several different looks depending on how you apply it. If you apply the shadow dry, it can be very sheer and very natural. If you apply it wet, it's going to be more intense. And if you put a little bit of black pencil liner, which I totally recommend the Eve Organics pencil in that it is mineral oil free, when you put that black base down, it really picks up a lot of the pigment and becomes even brighter. So that's an option as well. So as you can see, Rena's shadow looks fabulous. We're going to now clean up her under eye area a little bit. I'm using cotton that has a little bit of water with the eye cream, which works as a really great eye makeup remover. So that's going to help me clean that up a little bit and help prep for foundation. Open. Great. So using the Ultimate Concealer brush, we're going to go underneath the eye. Look up for me. And really even out the under eye area. Rena does not have under eye circles, really. Lucky girl. You must get plenty of sleep. I tease. That's on you. Come on. So then again, we're going to use the concealer brush for any areas that need a little bit of extra coverage. So any blemishes, any discoloration, we're going to add a little bit of extra. We want to make sure it's really good and clean around the eye area. So what's fun is you can even use the concealer brush with the foundation like a little eraser. If you have any areas that need a little bit more fine-tuning. Okay. So next I'll use the flat top foundation brush to apply foundation pretty much all over. And really I think the only mistake that you could possibly do with Eve Organics Mineral Foundation is to use a little bit too much. You really need very, very little. This is a highly concentrated foundation. The pigments are pure, so you really need just a tiny bit. You can see I have very little on this brush. So I'm going to start on Rena's forehead and blend up and out. So keep that in mind. Start out with a little, and you can always add to it if you need a little bit more coverage. And this is so quick and easy. Makes my life a lot easier. I mean, typically, if you're talking about foundation, you might have to have as many as 3 or 4 steps. You could do concealer, foundation, wet or dry, powder to set everything. And in this case, all I really need is just a little bit of foundation and we're all set. if you are oily and you feel like you need, like really just need that matte look and feel to your foundation, you can always use a little bit of setting powder. It's very, very light, never gets dry or cakey. So the Eve Organic setting powder really helps to combat that if you want a more matte look. So if you feel a little bit shiny, you can always do that. Okay. Very good. A little bit of cheek. So as you can see, we've chosen a palette that is very, very cool for Rena's eyes, which really makes her eyes stand out. It's very nighttime. I would not recommend this look for every day for most people, but you know, if you're having the type of person who has a lot of drama, this might work out really well for you for daytime. Rena, we're going to assume, is going out tonight. So we've done a cool tone eye with amethyst, but on her skin, for drama and for the rest of her face, we're going to work with a little bit of a warmer palette. So